Well, good morning, everyone. How are you? Once again, welcome to another live this morning. Hope you're having a great start to your day. And we sure love when you come on live with us if you can. And we never take that for granted. Okay, so let's say hello to Brahim, our dear friend from Portland, Oregon. Andrea, Niagara Falls. Sandy, you made the top 3 this morning. From Minnesota, Kathy, how are you? Good to have you on this morning. John from Elgin, Illinois. Rosa, Montreal. Rosalinda from the Kidneys of Canada. Fran from Orangeville. Kathy, Port Barry. Nick from our staff. And Denise, how are you? Right out from Alberta there. Kevin. Wendy from London, Chantal, Ottawa, Shirley, Twin Gate, Newfoundland, Brahim saying hello to Kevin, and who is that? Georgie in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Madalena, Donna, and Dave from Muskoka, and Yvonne from Petawawa. Nellie, good morning. And Marlis from Manitoba, Veronica, Annette, bonjour. Keith, how are you? And who is that? Madeleine, Kippawa, Quebec. Brenda, Bancroft. Mary, Newfoundland. Nicole, how are you? Sandy, in the clouds. Rose from Peterborough, good morning. Debbie, New Brunswick, nice to have you on with us. Ellen from Moncton. Janice from Brampton. Dave, how are you? Sharon from Cold, Kansas. Beverly. And PEI, who was that? I couldn't see. Frances Marie. And Luella, West Tennessee. Rain Cloud, Michigan. And Bonnie, Marine, Penticton, British Columbia. Mike, Michael, what happened to you this morning? Gertie, Burlington. Rita, Wasaga. Cheryl, stuck in the sunshine. Francis, Fort Lauderdale. And Francis and Vince. Linda, we love Linda's. Monica. And I couldn't see it. Richmond Hill, but who is it? Okay, comment removed from moderator. What? I don't know who did that. Milika, Marianne, Laurie, good morning. And Arlene, how is you? Margie, Kansas. Okay, a couple of more guys. Let's get going. Marilyn, Truro, Nova Scotia. Patricia, and Sandra from Aurelia. Okay. We're going to do Headline Tuesday, okay? And tomorrow, I really want to talk about anemia because, anyway, I got a couple of stories I want to share with you about that. Okay. Headline, not a pill on earth can do what vitamin E can do. The real vitamin E, exercise. Yeah, we talk about it all the time. I was telling someone yesterday, here's what you do. Get strong. Get strong. Ladies, get strong. Move, okay, and get strong. Not just move, because that's what people will say, move. Yeah, good idea, move. Okay? And moving's good. Very good. But the more we study muscle, the more we understand about muscle, what we didn't know 50 years ago about muscle. Muscle is literally like having another extra endocrine organ. It's so important. Now, I understood a long time ago when you have muscle, that is so good for your bone. And we talk about that. Okay, we talk about that a lot because one of the biggest problems in osteoporosis, and by the way, we got a headline on osteoporosis, so why don't I do that? Headline 2, Dave. Let me just get to it. Where is it? Okay. Here it is. Common thyroid medication linked to osteoporosis. Now, okay? Common thyroid medication linked to osteoporosis. Levothyroxine. You know how many millions of women, especially some men, are on that medication? And you know what I think about the thyroid testing and all that? Because they don't take it all into consideration. This study out of Johns Hopkins University says that long-term use of levothyroxine, the most common prescribed thyroid medication, can lead to osteoporosis. So here's what I say. If you have to be on a thyroid medication, okay? If you do, I'll tell you one thing you better do. You better get strong. Those muscles, especially your leg muscles and your upper back muscles, they really anchor into that spine and anchor into your hips and your pelvis. I'll tell you, I've been preaching that for a lot of years, but now there's another reason to preach that. Thyroid medication isn't harmless. It has side effects. One of them, long-term. We've had a lot of years to look at this stuff, especially with levothyroxine. Osteoporosis, so be careful. And guys, it's not calcium. Okay? It's not calcium unless you think of calcium being in the wrong place. Okay? Having osteoporosis is not a lack of calcium. It really isn't. And sometimes it's because you got too much calcium in the wrong place. It's floating around in your bloodstream and causing one of the causes of atherosclerosis, hardening of your arteries instead of hardening your bones. And one of the biggest reasons today is because we're not taking enough vitamin K2. We don't take enough vitamin K2. We don't take enough vitamin D. Osteoporosis. And really, you guys know this. I'm a rinse and repeat. That's me. But I'll tell you, I've been talking about the absolute malpractice of not using vitamin D therapeutically. But not just for bones. Not just for bones. What was I saying through the whole COVID thing? If they did nothing else but give you vitamin D, it would have been super effective. Super effective. Therapeutic doses of vitamin D. But nah, you know what? I'm just a quack. I'm just a loudmouth. But I was right about that. The more they study it, the more they look back. If they be honest, very simply, they could have handled this. Anyway, common thyroid medication linked to osteoporosis. Be careful, ladies. Be careful. And you don't even realize it because nobody's told you. You need vitamin K2. Eat it. Okay? I got it in my vitamin D. But I like vitamin K2 when you eat it because it's in nature. Why do you think I tell you to eat eggs, meat, and cheese all the time? People look at me like, are you kidding me? I thought that wasn't good for you. I wore my t-shirt to the gym the other day. Eggs, meat, and cheese. They look at me like, what? Well, a lot of people know me, but I mean it. You have protein and you have fat and you've got very little carb. The way you should be eating. Okay? The world has gone stupid. 50 years ago, 60 years ago, I watched it with my own eyes where the world went stupid. Don't eat bacon. Don't eat eggs. Eat cereal. Don't eat butter. Eat margarine. Don't eat red meat. It's bad for you. And now all that lying has produced a generation where meat consumption is down by over 30% and chronic disease is up by 300%. You know why? Because the world got stupid. Instead of eating the way we used to eat, we got away from it and eating these processed foods, heavy carbohydrate and low protein, especially animal protein, because that's the protein that your body takes in. Your vegetable protein, it's all right, but it's so poorly absorbed comparatively. And guys, why do you think I beat on that drum all the time? And if you want your vitamin K2, you want K1, eat salad. But if you want K2, you better be eating eggs, meat, and cheese. Yeah, that's what's good for your bones. Calcium is in food. It's in dairy. It's in your eggs. Calcium is in your meat. Okay? We all know that calcium is in cheese. True or false? Of course we know that. A little kid knows that. But what's going to take that calcium and put it into your bones? The K2 that's in with it. Guys, God gave us a gift. Let's eat it. No, but seriously, folks, and especially if you are on a thyroid medication like levothyroxine, get strong and eat strong. I like that. Eat strong. You're eating vegetables, you're eating weak. What? Well, you're not getting the amino acid profile. You're not. Don't fool yourself. If you got young ones, okay, because they're the ones who are going for this, okay? I had all these, especially young girls. They come into me to see me in the office, and they say, Dr. Martin, I don't eat anything with eyeballs. Okay? If it's got eyeballs, I said, well, you've been duped. You've been duped. You're not saving the planet. You think you are, but you've been duped. And you're going to be very unhealthy. You are setting yourself up for disaster. I said, can I convince you? I couldn't, a lot of them, I couldn't change their mind. I said, look, okay, but here's what you got to do then. I said, now you're going to have to supplement. You're going to have to be on B12 the rest of your life. And I would make sure they were on our multi-nutrient, formerly called Blood Boost. I said, if you don't take this every day, you're making a huge boo-boo. You're going to be very unhealthy. And you're going to find out your thyroid's going to slow to a crawl. You're going to find out that you're not getting the heme iron that only comes from red meat. You're going to find out. And because what I'm telling you here is for your own good. Okay? I wasn't in a popularity contest. You trusted me by coming to my office. You got the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but. You're going to hear it. And guys, I am 100% consistent. You want to eat that way? You've made up your mind for whatever reason? Here's what you better do. I feel sorry for you, but you better do this. And guys, I'm telling you, I was so consistent about that. Okay? So consistent about it. And, you know, if you don't listen, hey, Linda. Listen, Linda. Hey, Larry, you don't listen. I used to have patients come into my office. Rare, but they used to. And I don't know why they bothered. They weren't listening. I'm not changing my diet. Okay. Well, then I can't help you. I can't help you. I didn't say it was going to be easy, but you better do it. You better do it. Guys, consistent. Okay, common, how did I get all the way over there? Oh, common thyroid medication linked to osteoporosis. And then we were talking about another article, and that is, what was it again? Here it is. Here's the article. Not a pill on earth that can do what vitamin E exercise does. Guys, again, takeaway. 1, move. Move. Is movement good? Bet your boots. You like to walk? Good for you. Me too. Okay? Walk, don't run. No, you can run. If you can still run, okay? I kind of laugh at, you know, I play baseball. I'm a baseball nut. I love baseball, okay? And when you get older like me, you play slow pitch, okay? And very competitive, by the way, okay? I'm competitive. I still think there's scouts in the stands looking for major league players, okay? Diamonds in the rough. Anyway, but it's funny because when you get to my age, okay, I've always been an infielder, okay? All my life I played infield. And but now when you get on to the 70 teams, okay, you got to be 70 and up. And they say, can you still run? Well, not fast. Well, you're in the outfield because most guys can't run anymore. They're still good ball players, but they can't run. Get out in the outfield. Go chase the ball out there. Anyway, okay. Not a pill on earth can do what vitamin E can do. And guys, I don't even have to go into all of the other benefits, right? I mean, really, it is so good for you. 2 things: move and get strong. I can't emphasize that enough, okay? Eating more eggs, headline. Eating more eggs decreases Alzheimer's by 50%, according to a new study. You heard that? Want me to repeat it? Eating more eggs decreases Alzheimer's by 50%. Okay? I'm going to tell you why. Okay? I'm going to tell you why. What do you think, guys? If you were to give me one answer, what would you give me? Eating more eggs decreases Alzheimer's risk by 50%. Why? Going to give you a little quiz. Now, there's probably more than one good answer, but I want you to see, I want to see if you guys know, and you know what? I don't see no scrolling there. Let's see. Okay, Cecilia, what are you saying? Okay, I'm doing a little bit of a quiz, guys, okay? It's worth 2 bubble gums. Cholesterol, I love it, Patricia. I love it. Andrea, cholesterol. Yeah, you see, DHA, yeah, that's in an egg. Brahim, you guys are so stinking smart. Okay, cholesterol, fat content, that's cholesterol. Good fat, Kathy. You guys, you're too stinking smart. I can't fool you. You got it. Michelle, you got it. John, you got it. Gloria, you got it. You guys. Janelle, you got it. Karen. God's perfect food. Yeah. Helps with circulation to the brain. Mary says fat. You're right. And, you guys, I'm telling you. Anne, I love it. You know what Anne said? Choline. I love that. All those answers are right. Choline. It is a precursor. It's found in eggs. Found in meat too. It's found in cheese too, choline. Very, very high levels of choline in eggs. That's a precursor to your synapses in the brain. Acetylcholine. Your grid up there, okay? You need fat. You need cholesterol. You need choline. You guys are so smart. I love it. Guys, I brag about you guys. I do. I tell all of my colleagues, you might have a podcast, but you don't have an audience like I got. Okay? I'd even say this to Joe Rogan's podcast listeners. You're not as smart as my listeners are. And I mean it. You can ask them. You guys are smart. Anyway, I love it. I love it. Okay? So, you want to decrease your risk of Alzheimer's? We can do a whole show on that again. Here's what I would recommend you do. But a couple of things we talked about this morning. Move. Why? Circulation, but lowering blood. Remember, Alzheimer's was called and should be still called type 3 diabetes. It's diabetes of the brain, even if you don't have diabetes anywhere else. It's the brain swimming in the wrong fuel, right? It's the brain. You know how I love that illustration? You know, you're swimming in the Atlantic Ocean. Visualize yourself there. You're in the ocean. Can you drink the water? You're surrounded by water. Can you drink it? I don't think so. Right? It's the same thing that happens in your brain. It's surrounded by the wrong fuel. People are gone fat-free and they've gone silly up here. They're fat-free. They're avoiding cholesterol in food. How silly is that? So you know what they do? They become carboholics. And then their brain is swimming in the wrong fuel. Your brain can't use that. It'll use it, but it's not the fuel that it needs. It needs fat. Your brain loves fat. Right? I always tell you guys, if someone calls you fathead, take it as a compliment. You're eating the right way. You're eating the right way. It's the way your body was designed to eat. Physiology tells you all you need to know about what food choices you make. And you know, guys, people are religious about eating, staying away from eating meat and eggs and dairy. They're religious about it. And they try and convince themselves and anyone that will listen to them. And that's why, like I said, a lot of times today, education is indoctrination. It's religion, folks. And they're zealous about it. But that doesn't make them right. They're not right. You know, you were built. You were built to eat meat. You were built to eat it. From your teeth to your gut to your brain. Built to eat food, animal food, which includes cholesterol. See, there ain't no cholesterol in the plant kingdom. Does that make plants no good? No. That doesn't make them no good, but it makes them inferior. It doesn't make them no good, but you were never, ever, ever meant to live on that. Hey guys, sometimes the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. Okay. Free to eat the food you're supposed to eat. Okay, I got all excited. I get all charged up. Guys, again, let me say this. You guys are unreal. The smartest audience. I love you guys. You're too stinking smart. Do you learn anything on this program? Or do you already know it all the time? Okay? Okay. No, we appreciate it, guys. We appreciate you guys have, share this, folks. Share it. Okay? It does get shared, by the way, a lot. But you go ahead and share it. Okay? Guys, we love you sincerely and dearly, and whatever which way. We love you dearly. We'll talk to you soon.